Regional Corporation said it was left out of the process. But in a Facebook post yesterday, the Prime Minister chastised the corporation for stopping the construction, saying, quote, "The opposition wickedly sent their corporation representatives to chase away workers." By doing so, the Prime Minister said, the opposition showed their hatred to the citizens of Tunapuna and called for the opposition to, quote, "stop doing the bidding of the local drug mafia and start putting citizens' safety first," end quote. Chairman of the corporation, Josiah Austin, earlier told CNC3 News they are not against the construction, but said starting construction without even a conversation was disrespectful. He explained that workers showed up at the recreational grounds and began construction on the northwestern end of the park. When officials from the corporation sought answers, the workers told them that work was ordered by a SWAT unit of the Homeland Security Ministry. Austin says no one spoke to or wrote to the corporation prior to construction.
We've already had some systems in place where security and safety is concerned, and that could be married with what is being done there. But the announcement came with a surprise, and then now, right after, is construction, and no word to the corporation. It's quite disrespectful, and we are not here to put a spoke or stymie any progress where security and safety of our bridges is concerned.
A man and a woman have been charged with the murder of 25-year-old Shania Ruiz, who was killed during an alleged dispute in Chaguanas last week. Police say Ruiz had gone to her former boyfriend's home at Edinburgh 500 to collect $4,500 she was owed when an argument broke out. She was stabbed multiple times before the couple allegedly fled the scene. Both were arrested hours later and formally charged yesterday. The victims' relatives say they are relieved that charges have now been laid. Rural Development and Local Government Minister Khadija Amin is once again assuring workers of the National Program for the Upkeep of Public Spaces that their outstanding salaries will be paid soon. It follows a similar assurance 2 weeks ago. For weeks, NPOP's workers have complained that despite continuing to work, they have not been paid. The opposition also called on the government to settle the outstanding wages. Addressing their concerns during a cleanup exercise at the Barataria South Secondary School yesterday, Amin explained that the delay is the result of an administrative issue that is being resolved.
It is not the fault of the workers or the supervisors. What I have done is engage a company to provide services to do the payroll management so that it doesn't rely on, where it's subjective to human error. And some of these workers had about 5 fortnights outstanding. We have cleared that backlog, so some of them might have 1 or 2 fortnights, but I still continue to pay individual attention.
Stay tuned for another news update at the top of the hour and for comprehensive coverage in our midday news and major newscast at 7 p.m. on CNC3.
Hey, good Friday morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Today, Friday, the 7th of August, 2026. I will tell you, it is action-packed, today's program. And, surprisingly, we're going to deal with some really heavy and serious issues. Usually, we get a bit light, and we're going to continue in that vein inside the second hour, the poetry, the music, some of the feel-good conversations with our entrepreneurs inside the Mind Your Business. But we will be touching base with the ambassador to Cuba. And we are going to treat with some of the major talking points of the day, the U.S.-Cuba relations, how Cuba sees Trinidad and Tobago and all of this. And there's also going to be a celebratory tone to the conversation as they pay respects to their revolution, I guess the father of the revolution there, Fidel Castro. 100 years, they're going to commemorate. Found the key card, feeling looking all over. So I found it. But yes, so we're going to get a little lesson in terms of history. We'll talk about some of the current affairs and really get a better sense as to the current mood and tone and the feel with our brothers and sisters up north in Cuba. Now, JW signing on. Sit back, relax. It's your morning brew. See you soon.
a Trini, proud Trini, a Trini. Oh, cause they love how Trini does look, and they like how Trini does cook. And they like to hear Trini talk. And they love Trini woman.
Yes, running in. Good Friday morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and yes, it's action-packed, as I mentioned. We're heading to Cuba this morning. We will be touching base with the ambassador. We'll treat with that conversation inside the first hour. And surprisingly, because yesterday I would have made mention of Jamaica's independence, also celebrating 64 years, and they had their grand celebration. They normally do a night parade and musical showcase at the office, the National Stadium. That happened last evening, where they honored dancehall and reggae icons, Busy Signal and Winnie Wonder, respectively. And it was a big turnout, you know, obviously, time to be had. And right close to Jamaica is Cuba. So we're kind of staying up there in the Great Antilles, the Northern Caribbean, as it were. So we'll get a chance to dive into that conversation. But what's a big talking point on this Friday morning? And it will have many in the maxis and taxis and in the workplace debating is what happened yesterday in Tunapuna. Let's head to that. It's on the front page. Again, Jason Williams signing on. Welcome, one and all, to your morning brew. The Prime Minister blasts PNM for stopping work on new police posts in Tacarigua. Evil, vile act, she says. The Tunapuna Piarco Regional Corporation Chair Defense Action says there was no communication on what was being done. And that's yesterday's work where they started the Lady Foundation for the police post. Remember, there is the police post conversation, about 20 new police posts across the length and breadth of the country. I believe about 14 would have been established so far, determined, and I think they're still waiting for the remaining 6. So yeah, this is one of those kind of pull around kind of, you know, well, yeah, this is my jurisdiction, we didn't communicate, let's treat with it better. And you're gonna get a deep understanding as to both sides of the argument. But again, communication is key. You know, we can't knock the fact that when you're making any kind of move, and especially if a particular corporation is in charge of an area, and I mean, this is a space that I'm sure, yeah, communication, you know, it's one of those things where a call, you could shoot a call, a correspondence, a memo, and I'm sure they will sort it out. But you know, the politics will always have to play, and there will always be a blame game, and that's basically what's playing out in the public space. You can read all about it and get a deep understanding on page 5 inside today's Guardian. I must say, justice, or at least the wheels of justice, starting to turn for a family there in Duga Martin. Remember the young girl, Shayana, who went to collect money, and again, $4,500 from the, well, based on the story, the ex-boyfriend. And I mean, I wasn't there. It was a whole shambles, and she ended up on the receiving end of violence. She lost her life. Obviously, you can't go too deep into any case. You don't want to prejudice the process, and you'll let the court take its particular course. But based on the preliminary investigation, 2 charges have been laid, and at least the process, that wheel could start turning towards justice for the family. That is so unfortunate. When I saw that story, a young girl, prime of her life, for what reason, really? So again, you know, when it comes to these sensitive matters, I don't dive too deep. One must be mindful that, you know, speaking in the public domain, especially with not knowing all the evidence, you don't want to put, I don't want to put myself, the station, or anyone in any problems. But I can safely say at least the family could at least feel some sense of justice and the wheel starting to turn. You know, these things go, sometimes they take years before there's a particular judgment. But again, condolences to the Ruiz family. Gone too soon for the young woman. Really unfortunate story, and I really Don't know the young girl at all, but I felt this one. I said, my goodness, prime of your life going to collect what is rightfully yours. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? You know, $4,500 and your whole life now mash up. More or less, that's it there. And once they're able to pin the evidence, well, you know how these things go. All right, female cop accused of helping gang detained under PDO. Again, yes, I didn't stutter there. They're saying here, female cop accused of helping gang detained under PDO. Even that particular case, I'll just, you know, go based on what I'm seeing here. It's Anna Lisa Paul story, and it speaks to a female Special Reserve Police officer among 7 people ordered to be detained under the PDOs. She identified as a, hear this, she is identified as a member of the Pegasus gang. One of 2 women ordered. What are you hearing here? This is quite a development. You can read about it here, page 5, right here, inside the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. What's the back page saying? Well, some more volleyball action, or volleyballers in full swing. Right, you're seeing the senior women's team here, giving it their all at the CAC games. And, well, in terms of CAC, some other developments here. Charles sprints the 200-meter bronze medal. And for those who love their cricket, well, you know, it's that time of the year again. CPL and all the action will be here on CNC3, especially our local games. We're going to bring you all the action live. On the football tip, as Spicer inspires Orlando City League Cup win, our speedy winger, Tyrese Spicer, he plays out there in the MLS, doing quite well. So, you know, lots happening, and we always keep our eyes on our local athletes here at home and abroad. Let's see what the brief is bringing to the table on this Friday morning. I'm seeing where 3 women, well, from Trinidad and Tobago, whose work continue to shape human rights, public health, and marine science, will be honored by the International Women's Forum of Trinidad and Tobago. So that's a good look for Roberta Clark, Professor Christine Carrington, and Dr. Diva Amon. Well done, ladies. And I'm also seeing what TNT means to me. Akido Lewis says, it means everything to me. A beautiful island with lovely people. It's full of love and respect. That's right. Our love for our leaders across the political divide to take a hold of this one here and read that. But again, as we go through the front page one more time, evil, vile act, the words of the Prime Minister on the, well, the temporary halt of this police post being built in Tacarigua. Corporation says, hey, nobody reach out, you know. Nobody reach out. Where's that one? No, halt, pause. So that's going to work itself out. Couple charged in Digo woman's murder. The Ruiz family this morning will feel that their prayers and their concerns would have been answered, but they'll have to go through the process of court. And again, as I said earlier, condolences to the Ruiz family on the passing of Shiana. Young, bright, and a star that will not get a chance to shine and fulfill its true potential. And finally, the story of the female cop being accused of helping a gang detained under the PDO. So, as mentioned, Ambassador to Cuba, well, Ambassador of Cuba to Trinidad and Tobago, Gustavo Veliz Olivares, he's going to join me later on this morning. Glenn Suchet, the president of the Private Pharmacy Retail Business Association, is also stepping in. And we have Jason Rudder, owner of the Healing Therapeutic Massage. That's a whole massage network and spa and, you know, that kind of conversation happening. So that's just the first hour. Action packed, lots of pace as we develop and build a good momentum on this Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. As always, sincere thanks for tuning in. We take a very quick pause and we come back with more. Stick around.
Lucozade, bring the energy. Unbeatable taste, new look.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
Stomach discomfort again? Bloating, cramps, irregular bathroom habits? Meet Vivera, your daily support for a balanced gut. Vivera works fast to help reduce the abdominal pain, ease bloating, and support healthy digestion. It helps restore balance to your gut so you can get back to feeling light, comfortable, and in control. Choose for real digestive relief, safe, effective, and trusted for both children and adults. Now available at pharmacies nationwide. Vivera, feel the difference.
The Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, teaching the truth about God's people, God's plans, and the secrets of God, all written within the pages of the Holy Bible, which is the Word of God. Watch The Hidden Truth every Thursday at 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. on CNC3.
Personal motto is to show citizens of this country that our stories can be told in a professional and international standard. I want to show them that the journalism they consume on cable TV can also exist here. Each day, that's my focus, that's my drive, to show the stories of our communities, of our people, matter just as much as anywhere else in the world. That's why we are where you are.
Attention all listeners, are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
So happy to have with me our neighbor from North Caribbean. We are speaking of Cuba. Our partners, friends for so many years, and I've had a chance to actually meet the ambassador at a function a couple months ago, and he promised to come on the program, and he's kept his word. I want to say good morning to His Excellency Gustavo Veliz Olivares, Ambassador of Cuba to Trinidad and Tobago. Your Excellency, great to have you.
Thank you so much, thank you so much. It's my great pleasure to be here this morning. For Cuba, it's a very important moment, and for me, to be honest, it's a great honor to have the opportunity to say hello to you, to your crew here, and to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It's my great honor.
Yes, of course. You know, Cuba, when we look at its history, recent history, and the revolution, and the likes of Fidel Castro, who would turn, if he was alive, he would have been, the 13th of August, he was born 13th of August, 1926, so in a couple of days, it's 100 years of commemoration of his particular life, and what a life it was in terms of changing the trajectory and the whole momentum of Cuba. And I guess his name still lives on, and it will continue to live on. Just your thoughts on Fidel Castro, and what are the plans for his 100th birthday commemoration?
Thank you so much. As you state, we have, or we are looking for the commemoration in Cuba and in Trinidad and Tobago as well, no? And around the world, different embassies, or all the Cuban embassies, planning to make different kind of functions. In Cuba, we invited several people, or actually several people came to Cuba, arriving now to Cuba, to have some meeting over there to reflect about Fidel Castro, about the heritage, about the significance of Fidel Castro. Actually, yesterday started the first one of this meeting at the Havana University. There are some young people from Trinidad and Tobago, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Which is, I appreciate the interest in to take part. And here in Trinidad and Tobago, we are inviting the people to join us at by the mayor here, mayor of Port Spain, offer his venue to have a commemorative event by him here in Port Spain. I really appreciate this opportunity.
And that's going to happen on the day of the birthday, next Thursday, the 13th?
Next Thursday, the 13th, at 5 p.m. We're inviting everyone that are able to come to join us. We will reflecting about the significant Fidel Castro here.
Your Excellency, I want to ask you, and this is again based on your feedback coming out of the homeland Cuba. This celebration is happening under the continued restrictions and the sanctions imposed by the U.S. What's the current situation on the ground? I've been seeing via the mass media concerns about the electricity grid, certain real-time issues happening. What's been your feedback, and will any of the sanctions put a damper at all on this grand celebration, especially for those coming into Cuba to celebrate next Thursday?
Yeah, we appreciate the people that come into Cuba to celebrate next Thursday because Fidel Castro, because the people coming to accompany Cuban people in this complicated moment. As you state, or as you mentioned it, Cuba is on the very, very complicated situation, more than ever, I can say, because the sanction is important to understand that it's because the sanction of United States tried to say that we are not blockaded, that Cuba is not on the sanction, which is complete, not only misinterpretation, this is lie about our current situation, because we only good lie to us life like a normal, a human person. But yes, in Cuba today we're suffering about 20 hours without electricity, 20 hours, 24 hours, 2 days, constantly. This is, you can figure out that in Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know. Thanks God you don't have that situation. That's very good that you don't have that situation. You figure out 1 hour, 2 hours with electricity for the surgeries at the hospital, to keep children, for the school, for the daily life. That's the situation that we're suffering today because the sanctions imposed by United States. Every day they make something else in terms of make deep sanctions against Cuba.
But if it's one thing I've recognized, Ambassador, and as we look to pull the curtains on the conversation, and I'm sure we will continue having these conversations. I've always had such interest in Cuba. Your people are indeed resilient. The Cuban spirit is one that's unshakable. And I know many Trinbagonians, including my mom. She went to Cuba. She visited Cuba. I would love to see Cuba one day. What do you want to tell Trinidad and Tobago about the spirit and the resolve of the Cuban people?
Yeah, that I would like to say, Trinidad and Tobago, I would like to say one thing. First of all, that as you say, Cuban people have a lot of resilience, but Cuban people need to be accompanied by Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
We really have a great value of the accompanying of the people of the Caribbean and specifically in this case, people of Trinidad and Tobago. Today in Cuba, we have the situation like in Gaza, for example. You cannot, they try to avoid the relationship with Cuba, all kind of the relationship with Cuba. Despite that situation, we continue to fighting, and we actually offering the Trinidad and Tobago the option to have the relationship. For example, we offer in the Trinidad and Tobago today the option to have your people to training in Cuba. We have a lot of people from around the Caribbean that were training in Cuba, that study medicine in Cuba. We maintain these options.
And while we speak, Ambassador, I'll let my colleague bring a special guest in really smooth, because that connection with Cuba, beyond the culture, the music, the history. You know what? We'll take a pause. I've been told to take a pause, and we'll let Dr. Simone McPhee, former Cuban medical student, come in to really speak in real time about her experience and that connection between Trinidad and Cuba as it relates to medicine.
Yeah, I really appreciate that she will accompany us in 2 minutes.
Yes, she will come in now. See you soon, TNT.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
The biggest party in sport is back. Catch every TKL match live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by
Adventure, discovery, and relaxation await you at La Vega Estate. Open daily, including weekends and public holidays. There's something for everyone. Right into excitement on daily ATV tours with beginner to advanced options for ages 16 and up. Join knowledgeable guides for wildlife, ecology, and origin tours, spotting animals in their natural habitat. Kids can enjoy sensory tours too. Unwind at the nature park and pools. Then visit our well-stocked garden center. La Vega Estate. Experience it all.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversation. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
I'm still joined here by Ambassador of Cuba to Trinidad and Tobago, His Excellency Gustavo Velez Olivares, and we spoke about the commemoration of Fidel Castro's 100th birthday. It's going to happen next Thursday on the 13th. We got some details in that regard. We got details about the U.S.-Cuba relations and the challenges and the way the Cuban spirit has been able to rise to that occasion for so many years. But a very important conversation, and one that impacts Trinidad and Tobago, and may I say the region, is that medical correlation, that cross-fertilization, the expertise from the Cuban doctors and also our medical personnel going there to embark on training. And someone who has been able to benefit and could speak to that in real time is Dr. Simone McPhee, former Cuban medical student, who joins the ambassador to treat with her experience, your lived reality, when he went across to Cuba. Hola, buenos días.
Hola, buenos días, ¿cómo están?
Yes. Cici, walk me through, you know, what led you to head across to Cuba, stay in the Caribbean, and you know, expand your expertise up north.
No problem. Well, good morning, everyone. I studied initially at the University of the West Indies, Mona campus. So I started my undergrad. I started a degree in zoology and botany, and then I always wanted to study medicine, and I was able to get a scholarship from that the Cuban government offered to the Oilfield Workers Trade Union. Mm-hmm. So I was not a government scholar. At that point in time, Cuba was also giving scholarships to our government, and still does to some organizations, and then also to the trade unions. So I would have received a scholarship, and I would have gone across to study in Cuba. My program would have been 7 years, 1 year to learn the language. And it's such an interesting space because Cuba offers scholarships to so many different countries that my classmates included people from Bhutan, from Benin, along with everybody from the region, so Jamaica, South Africa, Grenada. My roommates were from Suriname, Mozambique, Kenya, a couple Trinidadians, and Guyanese. Yeah. So we had quite a mix, and the idea of going to Cuba, besides the fact that I was getting a scholarship, was one of the appeals was the fact that I would have been able to speak a second language.
Of course.
I always had a heart for languages within school. I would have done Spanish at school, and then decided to actually wanted to work with the UN. So going to Cuba was one of those opportunities, and it was a great opportunity. Life is not easy in Cuba. So it was a space where we learned to do the best that we could with what we had.
Of course.
The teachers were so dedicated. Classes were small, so our classes were 20.
So all in all, you will sum up the experience as one that was life-changing. It's been able to shape the doctor you are today.
It does, because Cuba, I remember my philosophy teacher telling us that your philosophy is what guides your life. And one of the things we were always taught is that in order to have a revolution, you have to be revolutionary. And the idea of having a revolution was not necessarily a political idea, but more a revolution with respect to medicine, a revolution in the way that I care for a patient. Mm. So the idea that my patient is just as good as I am, and that my life should I really need to give of myself for this patient.
And you know, we have so many testimonies, so many stories, Ambassador, of Cuban doctors and their intervention being able to not only assist but to heal. And that's something you don't really hear much in medicine. Mostly a lot of doctors, they tend to manage pain. But to know that someone could actually receive that intervention, and the renowned and well, I would say, recognized medical practice of the Cubans, it's world renowned. And we see ourselves now, I just want to find out as we wrap things up, in a scenario where it's almost like the expertise, it is not readily available because of the geopolitics of the day. Just your take on that current situation, and if you anticipate we will go back to how things were with that relationship between Cuba, Trinidad, and by extension the region.
Generally speaking, about the medicine and Trinidad and Tobago, we still have here a Cuban Medical Brigade, about 59 persons. According to the government and expectation, not Cuba, you about to stop this cooperation on next year on April 2027. Cuba is open. This decision your government. If you ask to us to continue here with medicine cooperation, no problem. We can evaluate and continue. That's one thing. Second, we have and we offering to students of everywhere, or almost everywhere, specifically the Caribbean, the option to study in Cuba. We offering a scholarship. Actually, this school where she studied, from this school, are graduated up to now 31,000 students from 122 countries, Trinidad and Tobago inclusive. This school, however, despite our situation, is continued there. Okay, and finally, as I clearly understood, the experience, we have a high level of experience on medicine, research, academical high level. For example, we are on the best disposal, just an example, to share with Trinidad and Tobago our experience in produce drops, for example, for diabetic food, just an example, that you need. I know that you need.
Yeah.
Yes. But we have the solution for that. It's up to you.
Yes.
I really commit me like ambassador to increase the relationship and to evaluate all kind of options.
Well, of course, and you can see in real time the great results from that interaction and that coming together with Dr. McPhee. Doc, I want to thank you for being here. You came in on time and right in the right time for this very important conversation. And Ambassador, sincere thanks, man. I really appreciate your presence this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're most welcome. And as the ambassador said, next Thursday at the mayor's office in Port of Spain, you could be part of that commemoration for Fidel Castro's 100th birthday. He was born on that day, the 13th of August, back in 1926. And what a life he's been able to shape and impact not only Cuba, but the world. The world knows of Fidel Castro. So, well done. And of course, Viva Cuba. Let's take, we take the pause and we come right back. Much more on the other side. See you soon.
We finally said yes to onion rings. Now it's your turn to say yes to the new KFC onion ring chicken sandwich for $34.95 or get a regular side of rings for just $15. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Get a loan at Bremont. The process is simple. Fast and efficient approvals. Receive funds within 24 hours once approved. And no penalty for early repayment. Located at 4 Gallo Street, Woodbrook. Remember, we like to lend.
Stomach discomfort again? Bloating, cramps, irregular bathroom habits? Meet Vivera, your daily support for a balanced gut. Vivera works fast to help reduce the abdominal pain, ease bloating, and support healthy digestion. It helps restore balance to your gut so you can get back to feeling light, comfortable, and in control. Choose for real digestive relief, safe, effective, and trusted for both children and adults. Now available at pharmacies nationwide. Vivera, feel the difference.
Low energy? Heart concerns? Migraines slowing you down? It's time to take control of your health. Join Wellness Unlocked, the series that brings expert advice and real solutions for a healthier you. In our latest episode, learn how Jameson CoQ10 can help support heart health, boost energy, and even reduce migraines. Get the science, the stories, and the steps to power up your health with CoQ10. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on CNC3 and start your wellness journey today.
Live Caribbean Premier League, only on CNC3. The biggest party in sport is coming to CNC3. We've secured the broadcast rights to the Caribbean Premier League, bringing you every TKR match live. To make room for the action, CNC3 News will air earlier on selected match days. Watch for our daily reminders on air and follow CNC3 on social media for the latest broadcast times, so you don't miss the stories that matter. Stay with us for every run, every wicket, every unforgettable CPL moment, only on CNC3. Follow CNC3 on social media for the full broadcast schedule. CNC3, your news, your cricket.
always a pleasure to have with me the president of the Private Pharmacy Retail Business Association, Glenwayne Suchet. Glenwayne joins me, and Glenn is always one to come with some bombshells. You know, since we've been having conversations for many years now, and everything that you would have established is either we see it coming up in some kind of inquiry, being part of the news cycle, and we're asking lots of questions, sometimes more questions than answers. And we're treating this morning, Glenn, with the registration of pharmaceuticals. I'm looking at the notes and can't believe what I'm reading here. It's suggesting here that serious questions are being raised over the state's pharmaceutical approval process after an inquiry heard that 365 pharmaceuticals were registered, but there was only one recorded instance of the Drug Advisory Committee being involved. Could you elaborate and explain to us in layman terms what this means and if this is a major cause for concern?
Well, this is one of the revelations. Good morning, by the way. Good
morning.
This is President. One of the revelations that has been put forward with the JSC and the Public Administration Appropriation Committee. I cannot confirm whether that is true or not, but from all indications, there seems to be some merit in it. Now, the registration of pharmaceuticals through the Chemistry, Food and Drug departments is a simple process. You put in your completed submission, hopefully with all the necessary requirements that is needed, and that goes before the Drug Advisory Committee, which is a committee comprising several members that would review this application to ensure everything is in order. If that is a fact, that only one of those went to the Drug Advisory Committee, it is very disturbing and an indication that there is no proper regulatory oversight in the registration of these drugs, meaning it appears for some reason that some of these companies that are putting in these applications are getting favorable treatment and not really going through the legitimate process as all the distributors are supposed to be. And that could be a possibility. So I really can't say for a fact unless, you know, what these are the revelations coming out.
I guess, President, you know, Suchet, the reality is that the consumer going into a pharmacy is a trusted space. And you want to ensure and know to yourself that when you purchase drugs over the counter, whether it's over the counter or you have to get a prescription, it's something that would bring that sense of relief to the pain or a sense of healing. Is you feel with all this going on, you think trust is being undermined between consumer and pharmacy owners?
Well, there's always the risk and possibility of the public having a little lack in confidence on what they may be purchasing if these revelations, what coming out, have some basis and merit. However, historically, the medications that has been on the market in Trinidad, whether it went through the correct process or not, the pharmacists in this country, like myself, in the retail, are quite aware of what could be possible counterfeit, what could be substandard, and what could be things. So the public need to rest assured. Put your trust in your pharmacist, that what you have on his shelf and what he is giving you is of a high quality and will be efficacious in whatever they're recommending it for. At the end of the day, no pharmacist or pharmacy owner in this country want to be giving a patient something that they may compromise themselves in any way. Where the Drug Advisory Committee and the Chemistry, Food and Drug is concerned, there is always the perception that everything is of the highest standard, and sometimes for some companies, the requirements are so ridiculous and stringent in what they require. You know, it makes you think that they're trying to really deter or cut the process of some people getting things approved, whereas they're pushing through for other people. And this has been coming out in the Public Administration on a committee with the JSCs. You are seeing a group of companies being favored for foreign exchange, being favored for registrations, getting approvals faster, getting favorable treatment in public procurement for the government, also in purchasing and in payments.
I want to ask you, Glenwayne, in your role and function as president of the Private Pharmacy Retail Business Association, what are you doing to ensure there is fair trade and more so the mamas and papas, the pharmacy within the village, within the community remains open, relevant, and alive because they serve such a important role and function. Not everyone can go to a mall or some urban space to the pharmacy. Everybody, there are people who they are accustomed with as a village pharmacy and they want to, it's been there from grandpa to generations.
Well,
what you doing from your office to ensure that remains relevant?
I'm glad you used the first part of your statement. What are we doing about ensuring fair trade?
Fair trade.
And this JSC established approximately 8-9 months ago, from around December. It was instituted by the government because of our drive and claims of monopoly dominance of the market by certain companies and the Fair Trade Commission. That was what we started with, the drive with the Fair Trade Commission. And you remember in the first JSC, the Fair Trade Commission came under heavy fire from the chairman, Jagdev Singh, at the JSC. And it was primarily because we were bringing these things to the forefront, to the public, to the relevant authorities, and nothing was being done. And it was established that there were grounds. The Fair Trade Commission acknowledged that there were grounds and merit in our complaint, which to this day, nothing still has been done. What has come to light, as you're indicating with fair trade, is that the legislation that we currently have in this country may not be adequate to take the necessary or proper action against some of the distributors that may be in this position of encouraging monopoly or dominance. So that has to change, but that doesn't mean that the Fair Trade Commission cannot investigate and come to a conclusion. And to bring equity across the board, we have formed our company called Mega Farm, which is an alliance of community or mom and pop pharmacies, right, to purchase in bulk from these distributors, get discounts, pass that on to the public, and bring some sort of relief financially to consumers.
Strengthen numbers, I'm happy.
That's right.
Mega Farm, the mamas and papas.
And we know 80 pharmacies strong, eh?
Of course. Listen, you know, that's a pharmacy where the pharmacist knows you by name. They know your family. They know you, and that's a beautiful relationship.
What I would like to say to Jason publicly here today, since in the inception of Mega Farm and the launch, a lot of the distributors have been on board and supporting us and are demonstrating the willingness to work with us to bring financial relief and lower prices to the patients. And I am very glad for that. I have to say thanks very much.
Well, keep us posted. Really tight one this morning, but as always, Glenn Wayne.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here.
No problem. Well,
that's right.
Good.
When it comes to the pharmaceuticals and that particular conversation, Glenn Wayne is always readily available to inform myself and the wider public as to what's happening. So keep us on the ball. Up next, the owner of a healing therapeutic massage joins me, Jason Rudder, stepping in alongside Liana Raphael to treat with a therapeutic massage network conversation. Up next.
We finally said yes to onion rings. Now it's your turn to say yes to the new KFC onion ring chicken sandwich for $34.95 or get a regular side of rings for just $15. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza in Deba Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and Meta Quest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
Live Caribbean Premier League, only on CNC3. The biggest party in sport is coming to CNC3. We've secured the broadcast rights to the Caribbean Premier League, bringing you every TKR match live. To make room for the action, CNC3 News will air earlier on selected match days. Watch for our daily reminders on air and follow CNC3 on social media for the latest broadcast times, so you don't miss the stories that matter. Stay with us for every run, every wicket, every unforgettable CPL moment, only on CNC3. Follow CNC3 on social media for the full broadcast schedule. CNC3, your news, your cricket.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
Well, you know, I was now telling Jason, my namesake, that yes, I'm now kind of getting into that whole massage routine. It's really one that brings you back. You feel rejuvenated. As a matter of fact, sometimes according to how good they go, you fall asleep, you know. That's what I'm telling you. And more and more people, whether it's sports or just give yourself that lift, people are booking the massage, whether it's that personal appointment or you can take a little chance to head down to Barataria Community Center to engage with professionals in their field. We welcome Jason Rudder, owner of A Healing Therapeutic Massage, and Liana Raphael, who joins Jason tomorrow, this esteemed duo. And I'm sure other professionals will be there to answer questions, demos, the full works. I want to applaud you guys and congratulate you all in advance on tomorrow's initiative. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
When is your start time? When do you anticipate people should start coming to the
So we're aiming
center?
for a start at 12 o'clock, wrapping up at 4, but we will be there from about 9 to make sure everything is set up and organized properly. We will luckily have some food provided for the guests as well.
Excellent.
So, you know, I don't know exactly how much we're going to cater for. It's a surprise. So we want people to come down, enjoy the festivities, get a little something to eat, you sit down and relax, get some information, maybe get a little massage, you know how it goes.
Of course. I want to bring Liana in. In terms of a massage, what are some of the options, or which one, from your vantage point and expertise in the field, is the most requested here at home in Trinidad?
For me, it's a deep tissue massage.
Yeah, that's for people who who into, let's say, activities, running, sports.
They have a very active or rigorous lifestyle, and they're always on the go.
You know what I've recognized, and I want to ask. This is really, again, based on your technique. Liana and Andre, you could chime in. I've seen so many times where after massage, the masseuse is almost exhausted themselves because it's so much energy, and you're transferring that energy in a way via your thumbs, your hands into this person to get all these knots and
pain out, as it were. Does it take a toll on you? Does it take a toll on you just have to take a little rest after and recuperate and catch yourself?
Yes, it's a must.
Yeah.
It's a physical job. It's not your average sit down behind the desk or just gentle rub. You're actually using your body to create or to give your client the relief that they're seeking or to try to achieve the goal that they're looking for in the session. So it's physical. So I always advise anybody getting into the field, you need to do strength training, you need to do mobility work, you need to take care of your physical health as well.
Yes, yes.
And it's very energy based as well, because you can have 7-8 clients over a day and you'll be fine at the end of the day, but you could have one client and feel exhausted after.
Serious.
So it really is a give and take. You know, in school they teach you about guarding yourself, guarding your energy as well, because that transference, counter transference, where sometimes, let's say your shoulder is hurting you when you come in, and by the time I'm done with your massage, my shoulder is hurting in the same spot.
Wow, serious.
So you can just absorb that person's energy, because a lot of massage is sometimes channeling my good energy into your body so that the pain that you have can be relieved.
No, it's a really, I mean, to me, that is, any work with your hands, that's a blessing. That's not everyone got that particular gift, and the fact that you're able to find it, and now you're sharing with this network tomorrow. Tomorrow you anticipate people, I guess, it's free of charge?
Yes,
right?
Free of charge.
You come, you ask some questions, and it's really, I guess, to bring a little more awareness to the practice in the community?
Yes. So at the end of the day, we want to educate the general public on massage therapy in and of itself. Ever since COVID, you know, coming out of that, people were a bit touch deprived and they didn't really realize what physical touch did for them and being able to socialize did for them. And so the industry has grown like enormously since then. But we want to make sure that people know that there are qualified people they can go to.
Yes.
There are qualified programs that are gate funded that they can go to, right? And if they're just interested in massage, you can get house calls, you can get location. It's not just the spa services. You don't have to always go to a spa. You know?
Understood. Liana, in the limited time, how can folks reach out to you on socials, and then I'll come to Jason, just to ensure that we get your information out there?
Okay, most people reach out to me via TikTok. So my contact number is on my TikTok page. It's Elysian Therapies. So once you search me up, it's there. I always respond to every question that everybody has, because a lot of people may ask, you know, they want to book, they're not sure what they need, what is the outcome of the service. So I always ask, what are you looking for? What is the outcome? What you're looking to achieve based on the service? And then I'll be able to guide them accordingly, what is the right choice for them, and help them choose what is the best session for them.
And Jason, in terms of finding you online?
So similarly, Instagram is where I get most of my contacts. They can contact me directly via WhatsApp as well. My contact is 272-6533, a healing therapeutic massage. I also have a website where they can peruse the services and see which option works best for them.
Again, it's happening tomorrow. We have some information online. We're going to put it up. But, you know, final question. Who gives the masseuse a massage? Who does massage the person who gives the massage, right?
So the great thing about the industry and a network such as this one is we can work together. So we do trades of services.
Excellent, excellent.
It's a good way to save on costs as well. When you have so many qualified people and understand what it is you're going through, it's very easy to find somebody that's willing to trade a massage for a massage.
Listen, last one I went to, they put on some music thing, I fall asleep as I... So what's going on with me?
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to relax and fall asleep.
I felt brand new, you know. It's amazing. It's really Bravo. I have to say kudos to Bravo. Bravo's the first person I saw. And I guess them days he was playing his cricket consistently. Right. He's the first person while I'm by him. I saw a masseuse come in, they set up the table, and I was like, okay, I didn't realize it's something that could be done, so it was tremendous. Again, let's put the information up. This is happening tomorrow in Baratari. If you're in the area, check it out, don't miss it. It's going to be tremendous. We've got a time check coming up, and then we get ready for the 7 a.m. news update, much more after 7.
Time Check, brought to you by the Central Bank and the National Financial Literacy Program.
Good morning. I am Jensen Leven with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is accusing the government of failing to protect jobs, warning that as many as 300 Hilton Trinidad employees could soon be out of work if uncertainty surrounding the hotel's lease is not resolved. At an opposition media briefing yesterday, Beckles called on Prime Minister and Trade and Investment and Tourism Minister Satyakama Maharaj to tell the country where negotiations stand. Beckles said the Hilton uncertainty comes against the backdrop of worsening unemployment. She cited CSO figures showing 5,900 jobs were lost between the final quarter of 2025 and the first quarter of this year, while unemployment climbed from 4.3 to 5.4%.
Because the time will come very soon, we're going to have local elections. And I hope you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, will remember what this Prime Minister and what this UNC government thinks of you. And I want to link that to what is happening to Hilton, where it is likely that 300 people will be out of jobs. The Prime Minister must tell us, and the Minister of Trade, what is the status of the renewal of the lease for Hilton.
Rural Development and Local Government Minister Khadija Amin is once again assuring workers of the National Program for the Upkeep of Public Spaces that their outstanding salaries will be paid soon. It follows a similar assurance 2 weeks ago. For weeks, NPOP's workers have complained that despite continuing to work, they have not been paid. The opposition also called on the government to settle the outstanding wages. Addressing their concerns during a cleanup exercise at the Barataria South Secondary School yesterday, Amin explained that the delay is the result of an administrative issue that is being resolved.
It is not the fault of the workers or the supervisors. What I have done is engage a company to provide services to do the payroll management so that it doesn't rely on, where it's subjective to human error. And some of these workers had about 5 fortnights outstanding. We have cleared that backlog, so some of them might have 1 or 2 fortnights, but I still continue to pay individual attention.
Stay tuned for another news update at the top of the hour and for comprehensive coverage in our midday news and major newscast at 7 p.m. on CNC3.
From CXC to your business management degree in just over 2 years with the globally and ACTT-recognized ABE qualification at CTS College. Students with limited CSEC passes or mature candidates with work experience can enroll. Each level can be completed in under 6 months, with a diploma awarded upon completion of each level and a bachelor's degree awarded at the end of the entire program. Contact CTS College today and ask about our flexible payment terms.
Need to open a bank account? There's no time to make the drive to stand in line. Get ready. Opening an account with Republic On Board is easy from anywhere at any time, even while waiting for a food order. So you don't have to skip lunch. Republic On Board. Fast, easy, secure. Visit www.republiconboard.com to open your account today.
The biggest party in sport is back. Catch every TKL match live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by
Back in 1980, some soldiers entered the space you know, fresh, new. Matter of fact, there was one female who was part of the batch. She and of course all the other officers went into the regiment on the 9th of September back in 1980. And they're going to celebrate a significant milestone, a coming together, as it were, of all those memories, that particular moment, and that momentum to this particular day. And it's happening at the police mess on Saturday the 15th. Not this Saturday, we're talking here next Saturday. And with me, committee members, Keith Staple, a man I've known for a long time. So great to have you with me on the program, Keith. And of course, Carl Dillon, 2 committee members. Soldiers, you know, I can't say old soldier, you know, once a soldier, always a soldier. You know? That training remains, that's just something embedded and established. Gentlemen, thank you for the service first and foremost, and I look forward to the details for this night to remember. Old school party, yeah?
Old school.
That's what we're talking about. Out of the batch that went in 1980, you would have told me that it's 100 plus, about 27 would have passed away thus far.
27.
But all those who are still in the life of the living, do you all still keep in touch? Is that a camaraderie? Is that a brotherhood? And well, I have to say sisterhood because you had one female officer inside there too.
Yeah, we keep in touch. We always, well, now we're trying to every quarter to come together because, you know, people passing now.
Yeah.
And because of that, we sit down and we say, we really have to come together every quarter. But normally, it's really, we just come together once a year.
Excellent.
But now we're trying to make it every quarter to do something.
And I would imagine, Carl, this is probably one of the biggest engagements for the year for the batch. This back in times, night to remember on Saturday.
Well, yes, and it's really something to support our endeavor, really, where we do. Well, later we'll get into it, but we do a lot of community services and so on. Funding is the key challenge, right? So, Keith would go into the parties, the entertainment, yeah, that part of it. That is in his field, right?
Of course, of course. So right. Who's part of the cast for the Night to Remember?
Right, Night to Remember. Well, yeah, of course, Keith Sweet is in the house. Mm-hmm. Then we have DJ Flex. That's my colleague there. He used to DJ in New York. And Ishmael, the demolition one.
Excellent. Tickets, walk me through. Where are we getting tickets and the cost factor there?
Tickets will be at Police Mess. Mm-hmm. And one or two of the...
some batches.
Batches. But main Police Mess.
Excellent.
Right, admission just 100.
So I'm seeing the fundraising endeavor. You all embark on feeding the homeless, distributing hampers. Walk me through how you all evaluate the areas or the people who are vulnerable and like how you all actually choose what area you're going to service when the funds come in, obviously.
Okay, well, first of all, the batch is so diverse that guys from all different areas, so you find we try to have a little sort of symposium on this area or that area where we would target, mm-hmm. right? So it's mostly something of that nature where we target certain areas. And so now this is something we have been doing since, how much years ago? 46 years ago.
46 years ago.
Right, where, like for instance, we fed homeless in Stambourne Square. These sort of things there. We distribute hampers Christmas time. We assist like homeless, the needy, and so we're like painting and little construction, this sort of thing.
So literally when you all entered the service back in 1980, this was an initiative that started right back in 1980.
Well,
I feel it's afterwards.
After, because first of all, if you look at the origin, right? Our origin, that is what sort of catalyst was a catalyst to this cohesiveness of the batch, right? Because in the first week of the batch, a guy died.
Wow.
So that was the catalyst where because just imagine we as civilians, and in the first week,
somebody passed here.
Yes, from a long run, someone collapsed and died, and so you could imagine the mindset of everyone there, and that was a catalyst really to our cohesiveness.
Yeah, I would imagine. That would have kind of bind everybody together.
Well, yes, well, that is it. So we started from there. That is 1980. Then when we pass out, always use it, you would term pass out as soldiers, and so we kept that togetherness. We came into having a batch account.
Okay.
Right, where money came out of each soldier's salary. Right, so we had a batch account there with a treasurer and these sort of good things. And from there, we didn't turn back.
Excellent. And I mean, you all stand today strong. 82 surviving members of the 46ers, 27 would have passed on. And we say rest in peace to those.
Yes,
why they call you all the 46ers?
Numbers.
Right.
We provide numbers.
Okay.
So most of the batch is 46. It's 46, 78. They'll only be 46.
15.
Then we'll have the earlier will be 45.
Yes,
the main
we have a particular one, Fabian Alexis, 45, what? 89.
Okay.
Because they came, there's a batch before us in 1980, so we're the second batch. So we start from the ending of that first batch. So we had about 10 or something guys who were 45. But the majority of us are 46.
46ers.
So we give our name, yes, we name ourselves the 46ers.
Excellent.
And like I say, we haven't stopped from there, and we have become an icon to the regiment and by extension the Defense Force.
Excellent.
Right?
Well,
so with all we do, and so.
Well, I know it's going to be a tremendous success. Obviously, you know, we just here to spread some more light on it. And again, next Saturday at the Police Mess, that's Long Circular Road, you can't miss it, right? What's your start time and your end time, and where can we go online to get more details?
I have no online thing, you know.
Yeah, so you're just spreading the word.
Well, send some on Facebook, but I don't know if everybody could see it.
Yeah.
But the starting time will be 10 p.m. And as I say, admission 100. Right, Long Circular, Police Mess, place to be.
Yeah, man. Well, Keith Sweet, yes, Keith Staple, and Carl Dillon, man, to the entire team. Again, sincere thanks for being here, and as I said before, thank you, gentlemen, for the great service. Is the female officer still with us?
Yes, she is.
Excellent, excellent. So, and she was, I mean, one woman in the whole batch, but I was like,
yes, she came
strong,
yeah.
Strong.
Yes.
Strong lady.
Wow, I could sit down and talk, and we talk here all morning, you know. Yes, but listen, I want to move on. Gentlemen, sincere thanks. And again, a night to remember. Let's put it up. It's happening next Saturday at the Police Mess. Don't miss and skip a beat. We take a quick pause and come back with more.
School closed and traffic light, so your house could finally get some attention. And at ABC Doors and Windows, our regular prices going on vacation too. From July 25th to August 8th, shop our mid-year home upgrade sale and enjoy a minimum 10% off store-wide. Get 10% off wooden doors, steel security doors and locks, 15% off windows, quartz countertops and aluminum sliding doors, and 20% off SPC flooring. Before the back-to-school rush starts, upgrade for less at ABC Doors and Windows, number 1 Chanca Trace, El Socorro South.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus. Your heart deserves better.
KC Ginger Mint, your trusted and natural wellness. Now with healthier options. KC Ginger Mint with honey and lime. KC Ginger Mint with orange and KC Ginger Mint with lemon. KC Ginger, honey, lemon, lime, and orange. Natural and trusted for generations for soothing sore throats and digestion and boost immunity. Get your new KC Candy Ginger Mint extended range today and breathe naturally.
In the ever-changing media landscape, we at Guardian Media strive always to put you, our viewers and readers, first.
We strive to uphold the time-honored tenets of responsible journalism.
For us, accuracy is key.
And in our reporting, we strive not only to be first, but fair,
impartial,
and to uphold journalistic integrity.
Above all, we are accountable to you, and we must respect the views of our audience. That is our solemn contract with you.
Keen attention to detail.
Rigorous verification of facts.
Keep track of our editorial policies and guidelines, including our corrections policy, by logging on to www.guardian.co.tt for more.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
You know, most times for the Mind Your Business, we feature a product or a service. This time around, it is preservation of our intellectual and cultural property, something that makes us unique and creates that momentum and such lasting memories. We're talking about preserving our Caribbean strategy games. This time around, we're dealing with the All Fours, and it's one that is part of the Trinidad and Tobago fabric. You know, it's, for those who know, they know. And I have to say kudos to the director and executive director of HSDC Legends. We have with us Monique Hills, aka Something More.
Hey.
Yes, and Rachel Jeremiah Maraj, known in the All Fours world as Darky Sugar.
That's correct.
Yes. Ladies, I mean, let me tell you, I want to say kudos, congratulations. This is a very important conversation. We're in a digital space. A lot of people, that seems to be the mode of entertainment.
Right.
And we cannot ever lose our identity and what makes us who we are. And All Fours is a major part of that component.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right, that's
Connection.
right. Walk me through what's the exact business model. You're planning to do games, you know, organize All Fours tournaments. Walk me through what's the long-term goal here of HSDC Legends.
Yes. Well, Darky is the All Fours champ, the queen of All Fours. So I'll let her take lead on this one.
So when we establish HSDC Legends, it's mainly to standardize and digitize All Fours in its aspects. We had looked at our sport, our game, All Fours itself, had no real structure to it. So we decided we wanted to create a Hall of Fame for All Fours. So hence the reason we've established HSDC Legends. you know, when we play all fours, there are people who will say, I am the best. But there is no real way of kind of monetarizing that and, you know, getting the points to say, well, okay, you are the best.
So this is data you're going to collect?
This is data collection.
Data collection. Yeah.
Correct. But as part of that, we also have a history of how we came to all these major tournaments that we have. And there's a gentleman out in Boston that started a 2-day tournament. His name is Mr. Cooper. And from there, it has evolved to this major events. We currently have different, you know, we call it the touring season. So it will usually start in Trinidad, which is the weekend after Carnival. This year, we have our flagship tournament called the Legacy Cup for that start of the tour. We are doing, with the flagship of the Legacy Cup, it is going to be like no other. It's the first time it's been done that the price structure is going to be $1 million. Yes, yes.
Make me sit up, yes. My neck cracked there like, what?
Yes, so that's our flagship tournament.
Wow.
And from there, we have all the other marquee tournaments. So we have in Toronto, which is the Black Eagles tournament that happens in May. We also have the World Cup, we call it in June in New York. We have the Boston, which is where it started, in July. We have Montreal in August, and these are all the international kind of calendars. But locally, we play all fours day and night.
And I recognize that it's not only just all fours, because all fours is the Trinidad and Tobago experience. But when we consider dominoes, big in Jamaica, big in Barbados.
Correct.
There are people who actually play dominoes here in Trinidad too.
Yeah. Correct.
Right. I recognize dominoes is also part
yes.
of the discussion. Are these? So let me ask: is all fours and dominoes primarily that's a Caribbean kind of board game experience, or anybody else in the Commonwealth plays well outside of our Caribbean diaspora? A random man in, let's say, Indonesia or Fiji, do they play dominoes and all fours?
I mean, everybody loves Caribbean culture, so I think they might adopt it, you know. They might say, they might come Trinidad on a Tuesday night and sit down, you know, and say, okay, let's play some all fours and carry it back to their country, so maybe, right? But it's really about, as you said, preserving our Caribbean culture. And really having something that is ours and standing on that and finding ways to incorporate community, because all fours is about partnership, it's about logic, it's critical thinking, right? It's a lot of, it's probability, it's a lot of skills as well that people can use in everyday life.
Absolutely.
Kids can use in everyday math, right? Counting, taking risk, right? So it's about creating a different narrative about all fours as well, because I think a lot of people have the conception that it's just a rum shop game. You know, I mean, it's low class, that kind of thing. And we hope with HSDC Legends that we're able to change the narrative on that and actually, as Daki said, give structure to it, have the Hall of Fame where we you can actually register as an all fours player and be ranked and have your data and statistics loaded every time you partake in a tournament. You can go online and see, okay, Daggy Sugar 1, Monique 2, you know what I mean?
Okay,
so that is the structure and the goal behind HSDC Legends, really making all fours something that we could play together as a game, as a sport in Trinidad and Tobago.
No, I mean having the archives, having the data, being able to look back on some of the greats, documenting it, it's important. That is all part of lifting the sport out of that particular mindset. Because for me, when I see all fours tournament, especially by Himalaya, where I live close to there in Sawa, traffic jam, right? Men in matching t-shirts, polos, everybody well put together and is tabled and is, to me, it looks like, if not plenty hundreds, like thousands. I say all life for all fours.
Yes.
I never knew the movement and the culture and the momentum was so big in Trinidad and Tobago, honestly.
It's huge. Well, I didn't know either until I met the lovely Daki.
Yeah.
I did not know that it was so huge because Daki has several tournaments of her own, right, throughout the year. So, as I said, she's queen of the all fours in Trinidad and Tobago. So in case you thought you were the queen, this is the queen here, right?
Now, what I would say, Monique mentioned that we're trying to change the face of all fours. I think we have, right? In one of our marquee tournaments, which is, as Monique said, my standard tournament, the Borough Cup, we saw that, you know, it was, these parents will say, we can't come because we have kids and we don't have babysitters. So when we throw a tournament now, we think of the experience for the family, the experience for everyone that's going to be attending. So we've created a kids zone that, you know, parents could bring their kids to that area. The other tournament we have, which is the Champions Cup in July, we created, you know, these other things that will engage not just the parents but participants. So we had, you know, a barber section. You can get a haircut. You can get a massage, right? So we want you to know that if you're going to spend a weekend with us, we want to make it worth your while, because these are how these tournaments are really run, right, over a weekend time.
Let me ask, do all four teams out there need to register? How does one become part of the database to ensure that whatever they do in a tournament is captured for eternity?
So we have a scoring system, and what we have done, we have gone further and developed it that we can track individual stats. So when you go, we advertise these tournaments on social media platforms, within our group, and sometimes you do posters and flyers and such throughout the country. And this way people will call to register. But when you do register as a team, we now log your name, your statistics of how many bullseyes you've won throughout that weekend, and that's tabulated. And that is what's going to feed our leaderboard and the Hall of Fame.
Excellent. Where can folks go, Monique, to get more details concerning, you know, tournaments and just the actual business model of the HSDC Legends?
Right, so you can visit our website at www.hsdclegends.org, as well as we have a Facebook and Instagram, so you can definitely check out our social media pages to see what's popping with the tournaments, when it's happening, where it's happening. As Daki said, we are really trying to make all fours a community thing. We believe that, and I personally believe, because, you know, Jace, we are into entertainment and community, so I really see the need for people to connect. And I think that by having the tournaments in this way, including family, bouncy castle, things for the kids, things for families to come and spend time together. And I think that is one of the main things as well in HSDC Legends that we are trying to promote, is that connection, that community, that spending time with family, doing something fun, doing something that we love, doing something that is ours.
Yeah.
You know, that's the message that we really want to push: unity, community, togetherness, doing something for one goal, you know, one common goal. So yes, you could check us out online and come and sign up to see if you are the best.
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense being able to
You
archive.
could play all fours, Chase.
Not the best at it at all, you know. Not the best at it at all. I just love the antics and the
chants,
and the sign
and the wink eye and
yeah, I mean that in itself is that's a whole cultural experience, and that's why I'm saying that to ensure that in this electronic and digital time, these games, organic games, where you just have to use personality and signage, and we have to keep these things alive. We can't lose it at all. And I guess by having a database now, you're going to ensure its length of years.
Yes. Correct.
Yes. Any closing remarks as we wrap things up, ladies? I'll start with Darky Sugar.
Well, all I want to say is that, you know, we've changed the face of all fours, and what we are trying to do is that we want to get a lot more people involved. We have all these other tournaments coming through the year that have taken place. as Monique says, you can go onto our websites because we have tournaments in September. You know, we have in Tobago. We have all over, right? Coming up, we know we have Monster Cup. We have different cups, and we encourage corporate Trinidad to get on board with us. And we tell them, come drink from the Cup series because we have Monster Cup, we have Republic Cup, we have Thanksgiving Cup, we have Shot 80 Cup, and these are all from September till the end of the year.
Amazing. The All Fours movement, it is alive and well. Mo, any closing remarks?
Yeah, I just want to encourage people to be part of something that is bigger than all of us and it unites us. Legacy Cup is the one to watch, right?
Absolutely.
$1 million Cup?
$1 million in prizes, right? So make sure check us out on our website, check us out on our socials, HSTC Legends, and yeah, get your information, sign up. Come and see who is the best.
And just one keynote, we do have Legacy Cup, legacy-cup.com, that you can go on and see all the prizes that are available. The registration, you can get in there early. We want to get as much people. We are expecting the North Americans. They've already reached out to us. We have, I think the last count was 12 teams have signed on immediately to come down.
Excellent.
So we see the tourism factor that it brings and all the other components.
Darky Sugar and something more, touching base. Really, I would say, unique and interesting business model, keeping All Fours alive, and more so putting some data and archives and really being able to document the greats of the game. So well done, and to the All Fours lovers, this is right up your alley. Enjoy. Let's get ready for the weather updates. So checks in next to tell us what's happening for today and the weekend. Enjoy.
Hi there, I'm Sigoni Mohammed with your daily dose of weather. It's another hot and mostly settled day across Trinidad and Tobago, but we are keeping a close eye on a weak tropical wave approaching the islands. The good news is that the wave is not expected to have much impact today. However, it will begin increasing cloudiness and shower activity later tonight into tomorrow, bringing a more unsettled start to the weekend. Now, across Tobago, we do expect sunny, slightly hazy, and at times breezy conditions with 1 or 2 showery spells, particularly from mid-afternoon. Now, partly cloudy skies picks up overnight with isolated showers affecting a few areas as moisture gradually increases. Now, across in Trinidad, we expect hot, sunny, and at times breezy conditions, which will be interrupted by partly cloudy spells and a few isolated showers. There's also a lower chance of an isolated thunderstorm or even a heavier shower later today, especially across western and southern areas. They could experience a brief heavy downpour, gusty winds, and a rumble of thunder. Now, seas do remain moderate in open waters with swells gradually increasing. Winds do, however, remain unchanged and they're holding steady from the northeast to east-southeast. Conditions are generally favorable today, but marine users, you should still continue monitoring your forecast as the approaching tropical wave may bring rougher seas and more unsettled conditions over the next 24-hour period. So basically, today belongs to the sunshine, but the atmosphere is already preparing for a change as we head into the weekend. That's your forecast, and that's it from me.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
My man, Andre.
Good night, Anthony.
7 years with the company, and we couldn't do it without Antoine.
Happy birthday, dear Alejandro. Happy birthday to you.
Who's Angelo? We're like coworkers who don't forget your name.
I'm Angelo.
CG United. Good like that.
The biggest party in sport is back. Catch every TKL match live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by
Live Caribbean Premier League, only on CNC3. The biggest party in sport is coming to CNC3. We've secured the broadcast rights to the Caribbean Premier League, bringing you every TKR match live. To make room for the action, CNC3 News will air earlier on selected match days. Watch for our daily reminders on air and follow CNC3 on social media for the latest broadcast times, so you don't miss the stories that matter. Stay with us for every run, every wicket, every unforgettable CPL moment, only on CNC3. Follow CNC3 on social media for the full broadcast schedule. CNC3, your news, your cricket.
Parents will do it. They'll go to work, have a day, bro, and come on and take that stress out on you.
Welcome to another episode of Manhood.
Everybody will do what they need to do to get what they want.
And if they can't fit in to the norms, then what do they do? They'll survive.
Not everybody wants to kill me because I might be all kind of thing, but I think I'm a good person.
The aspect of a mentor seeing something in you that you can't see in yourself.
Check yourself, because you shaped that generation.
Are we losing in many ways the values?
Since I have this Parkinson's diagnosis, there's a group, a very small group, type group, who will always look after me.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
We are more than headlines, more than stories on a page.
The Trinidad and Tobago Guardian newspaper, your favorite national newspaper, is relaunching its community features section with one major focus in mind.
It's all about we Trinis.
We life and culture.
We heritage.
We health.
We food. We music.
We community. We men.
We women.
We kids, yay! Everything we love and adore. We are every part of Trinidad and Tobago. And now, We is a space where every reader sees themselves reflected. Introducing We, The Guardian's bold new celebration, a magazine dedicated to irresistible stories and features that celebrate the very best of Trini life. Our stories, our culture, our life.
Well, it's Poets Corner, a safe space for our poets, our spoken word artists, and today we're going to get some really amazing and intimate details concerning the Roots Poetry Slam. With me, the founder of the Oral Tradition Roots Foundation, Mtima Solwazi, of course, Mtima, no stranger to the program, and Jabari Collins, who would have been a guest on the program already. Back with us, Jabari. Welcome, spoken word poet, and Jabari will give us a performance towards the end of the discussion, but I want to start, Mtima, with the Roots Poetry Slam, some details concerning location, timing, and the takeaway for those who obviously will come and sit with an open mind to take any performances.
Yeah, well, again, pleasant good morning, and thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I will speak a little bit because I want Jabari to really deal with that aspect of the slam. What I could talk about is Monday, we have Cascado, our annual festival starting.
Okay.
Right? And it's a 1 week festival, begins on Monday, ends on Saturday.
What venue?
Right, so Monday, we right next door by your neighbors, Nallis.
Oh, right next door.
Right? So we have a children's program, storytelling and mascot design. You remember there was a young man who created the Commonwealth, the games, the mascot?
Yes.
Kokie?
Yes.
Well, he did a session with us last year. It was very good, so he's coming back again to teach children how to create this mascot. Then we have storytelling. We are introducing our Cascado mascot and a new addition to the Roots called Bottle, the plastic bottle.
All right.
So that is Monday. Tuesday, we are YTRC.
Okay.
Wednesday, St. Jude's School for Girls. And then Thursday to Saturday, open mic. Thursday, Food Square. Friday, East Yard. and Saturday Serenity Gardens.
When you say open mic, anybody could come up?
Of course, anybody. We want to see you? No, Jay, listen.
No, real talk.
The open mic is a vibes, and they say Cascade is called vibes.
And that's what I want to ask Jabari, when it comes to, like, let's say open mic, or even coming into the slam, right, this root slam, is it that there are any topics that are off limit? Does one have free reign, free freedom to express themselves really openly in the space?
The tagline for Roots Poetry Slam is, I have something to say. It don't matter what you have to say, it's about the person, it's about the stories that people have to tell. So you don't really have, of course, you have to come across in a certain way. You don't have, you're not going to bash people, you're not coming to cuss down the place. But still, you have your free reign of what you need to get out what you had to say.
Yeah, well said. And from what you have seen so far, Jabari, is there any common thread in terms of topics? What people seem to be logging in and tapping into right now? What's trending?
Often you would get, we live in the political climate. A lot of times, because it has always been, whether it's calypso, poetry, all these art forms, this is what people dealing with, their stresses does come out through the performances. So you will get things on the country, whether it's on how to change the world or where's the climate we living in and what the youths want to see, or the youths getting that hand to hold to move forward and carry the torch further. So a lot of the time those kind of topics kind of break the way. Mental health is the next big one you will see often. Phone addiction and how we seeing all the things that are going on around the world, all these different things kind of pervasive through the performances.
And Tima, what you hope will be the big takeaway for Roots this 2026?
Well, we want to thank poets who in the first place, thank CNC3, because a lot of the poets who came here over the past year, they will be in the slam, right? So this was like a kind of testing ground for them, right? So the big takeaway for me is really getting the youth, as Jabari said, to say what's on their mind, to say something, And before we go back to Jabari, I want to say something to us, Jay, and to the adults. I was sharing this with Jabari in the car coming down. We as adults, when we look at this door, there's a door in front of us, right? Jabari at 22, I am at 54, looking at the same door, but the sign I am seeing on the door is exit. The sign that Jabari is seeing, same door, is enter. So Jay and Nation are taking a quote. Nation, we have a responsibility that when we exit that door, we leave something for Jabari and them to enter, something of value, something of purpose. And that is the whole thing about Roots Foundation, Cascade, Roots Poetry Slam. Jabari is a participant when he first entered back then, Look, Jabari here now promoting the event.
I love that. And let me tell you, and that's why I always say we have to leave the place better than we meet it. Give people like Jabari and his generation the battle in an advanced position where we drop it and they have to pick it up. And you understand? So with that being said, Jabari, we'll come back in a little bit on Tima to put some social media information out. We'll let Jabari take it away with his piece. What's the name of it, Jabari?
Things the old people let's say.
Let me come back on this.
Let me talk to earlier.
Oh, gosh.
In my family, we live long. So when they say the old people say something, it's some real old people that say it. And like a Sunday morning service, it's real old people singing the same song with 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 3 great-grandparents, too much cousin to count, and almost everybody made men I think when I was small. Needless to say, when it came time to dissuade young minds from dangerous acts like going out to clubs or playing with hearts, at the drop of a dime they had saints in spades like a game of cards, and I was the jack that all forces tried to hang. Before you think that those times were few and far apart, remember that every act or decision you could make have a saying to trumpet. So when I approach my life with a puffed chest and raised head, I hear how they heard better cock than me crow and still end up in pot. But I try not to let that ruffle my feathers too much. Continue with my same strut, out the yard, into new lands. only to hear about how the grass not always greener on the other side. Like if exploration would mean extinction. Talking like the exchange rate on every expedition, sure to have the candle costing more than the funeral. But I go on. Although go Paul Luck ain't see Paul Luck, I don't need to see Paul Luck to know that fortune favors the bold. And they go long me for now. Because even they know that a MAGA goat had to get a long rope. And watch my size. So they will give me some time to get experience under my horns. Because they know that I know that happy bird does mess in the nest. So let me take a sec and reset. Remember, I still have to keep my head on my shoulders and move with the knowledge of the giants on whose shoulders I stand on. Because this head ain't make to wear cap alone. Ever so often I remember they were born at night, not last night. So now I give a bit more weight to the words they say when they speak. And that doesn't mean I'll stop chasing these pipe reams. It just means I'll watch out for any crapo that trying to smoke my pipe before me. Because even a broken clock is right twice a day. Or so the old people will say.
You hear a performance by him, my brother, respect man.
Exactly.
That's like a fresh piece, man. I see that.
Yeah, little more recent.
Yeah, good stuff. How are we gonna get some more details online again to get the whole lineup? The full works for next week.
We could go to Roots Foundation TT on Instagram, and I believe it will be Roots Foundation on Facebook as well. Other than that, the slam, if you're going to it, this slam, the auditions were open since since July 13th. So the auditions are closing next week, Friday, please God. On the 14th of July, you have to send in a video submission by 11:59 p.m. Okay. So it's a short window. If you have to prepare a piece, people have to start preparing it from now to send in that video pretty soon.
And yeah, what you told the poets who came here, you could use a poet's corner poem. Of course, because this was the audition.
Of course. And let me tell you, this space, if it's one thing I'm happy about, it's been consistent no matter the season, the time of the year. Every Friday, around 6:30, we always bring some poets in to speak and inspire via the words. Timo, all the best.
Yeah, right.
Yes, man, Jay. Respect.
2 J's, man.
Good energy. Another Jay coming in, Jalano stepping in just now.
I met him outside.
Right, so it's a good energy on this Friday. Some music going to take us up to the 8 o'clock hour. See you soon.
All dishwashing soaps are the same? With some, they require more effort, and they don't wash as much. Try Dawn and discover its grease cleaning power. Dawn removes stubborn grease easier and faster than others. Additionally, it foam lasts 50% more. With Dawn, you use less product to clean more dishes and save with every wash. Dawn, triple grease cleaning power.
Name something people stick their noses into. I'm going to say, into the oven. This game is going to hell. Stick your nose in the oven.
Good day, Trinidad and Tobago. A safer nation begins with you standing up, speaking out, and doing your part. As your Commissioner of Police, I am prepared to do my part. Are you prepared to do your part? Get on board. Are you on board?
I am Bishop Ezekiel Clark, President of the Couva Police Station Community Council, and I am proud to say that I am on board with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in their fight against crime in Trinidad and Tobago.
I am Panis Dean Gulston. And I am Panis Johan Chakri. And crime prevention is everybody's business.
Hi, I am Sajina Kadir, attorney at law and team lead for the attorneys for the TTPS Community Justice Clinic. We support the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in the fight against crime.
Crime prevention is everybody's business. I am Shiraz Khan. I am a farmer. I support the TTPS in the fight against crime.
My name is Baldev Maraj, President of the Shagwana Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Crime fighting is everybody's business.
We are all on board.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Attention all listeners, are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
So Mr. DSJ joins me. This is a track with DSJ and Jelano. Jelano could not make it this morning, but DSJ is in the building. It's a track from
the album,
his album, Mixed Emotions 2. Yeah. You see it on his chest, proud and loud. DSJ, manners and respect.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Of course, Princestown Stand Up, you know, another Southerner making waves. How would you describe your sound, DSJ? Before we even get into this particular song, just your sound, your overall entertainment package and what you deliver and bring to the table.
Well, as of right now, I'm looking to push a new genre called Afrobeat, right? Trinidad Afrobeat. It's basically a blend of soca, dancehall, and with a little bit of Latin as well.
Yes.
So obviously, you know, we're from the Caribbean, so my musical sound entertains that. But as a performing artist, even though I would push Afro, I still connect to my roots, which is of soca. So I have full-blown soca songs, I have a full-blown calypso, I have full-blown dancehall songs like the feature with Jelano here, this one.
Excellent.
So it's basically wherever you want, man.
And do you also put pen to paper?
Yeah, I do.
You write your own music?
Yeah, actually, I wrote off of the album is 13 tracks. Just one song I had some contributions on, but the majority, yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So DSJ, it is this album a chance. It's again, it speaks to what you just mentioned. Your full scope of musical offerings. Basically, it's a fusion.
Yeah, correct, and an extension of life as well too. You know, over the years I would have been producing, working with various artists, producers in the industry, you know, so it's a compilation of my life then basically to help to bring certain experiences from what I would have gone through in life and put it in the music, you know, so that the generations coming forward, they can have things to lead to.
Well said.
So, yeah, depending on the song that you listen to of the album, is you would relate the vibes, if it's relationship or life or, you know, different things.
And as it relates to the album itself, Mr. DSJ, where can we find it? It's on screen right now?
Yeah, it's on screen. So it's available on all streaming platforms, Apple Music. We just dropped the music video yesterday. That's with Jelano and I. That's been featured on screen. All right, so you can head over to the social media platforms. Mr. DSJ 2001, check there. Spotify, iTunes, basically everywhere. So you know how to find it. Yeah.
Mr. DSJ 2001.
Yeah, that's my Instagram handle.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, hey, Mr. DSJ is in the building for the Music Brew as we look to wrap things up. We'll come back and chat some more, but let's take in the music. It's brand new from the album. Enjoy. DSJ, this is yours, my brother.
Yes, one time.
I make money. The princess star. Holy progress on the mind. Holy progress on the mind. Always on the line. Always have some stress on my mind. And me always all the time when money for make. In not the sunshine or when it get wet. And if me get it, you get it too. We roll deep and that is true. When the money see me, money I see you. Yo, dog, here's my brother, my sister, brother. No, can't stop me shining anywhere. We have to search hard and look hard for the trader. And if you're not on the mission, you will see me later. Oh, you just won't see me at all. Can't even catch me on the cellular call. While them they actually me, they over abroad and make.
Shout to me while I'm singing.
I'll never tell you one time. Can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine. Can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine. Can't stop my shine. And me say money I feel make all the time. You can't stop my shine. Can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine now. Can't stop my shine now. Say holy progress for me mind.
Your Top Smart Solutions, big up.
If we had to work over time. Holy progress for the mind. Holy progress for the mind. Progress on my mind. It's the way we do it. We make it look easy, but it's not. It's not. What they don't know is we've been through the roughest of the roughs. But the way we do it, we make it look easy, but it's not. Hope you know we've been through the. Yo, dog, here's my brother, my sister, brother. No, can't stop me shining anywhere. We have to search hard and look hard for the trader. And if you're not on the mission, you will see me later. Oh, you just won't see me at all. Can't even catch up on the cellular call. While them they entry me, they over abroad and make money like me a fraud. And let me tell you one time. Let me say, can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine. Shining down. Can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine. Can't stop my shine. And me say money I feel it all the time. Me say can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine, can't stop my shine now. Can't stop my shine now. And me say all the progress for me mind.
Yo, no but touch.
If we had to work over time.
London, TK London.
Holy progress for the mind. Holy progress for the mind. Progress on my mind.
Production sounds.
You mean respect and manners? Mr. DSJ, how was it working with Jelano, a man of that particular caliber in the music, you know, really a true talent, a real amazing talent.
I'm very grateful for the experience of working with my brother. I actually met him 2 years ago through sending a demo because I liked a song. And, you know, he listened to it and he approved it and he was like, come up and meet me, you know. So he learned from playing the song. I went up in Marvel, started to work with Brew. And we started to do music, record songs and stuff. And, you know, I messaged him and I was like, bro, I want to let go the album. And I have a song here. So I sent him the demo. We had done a launch party at Midtown by Princeton.
Okay.
Right? And the night before the party, we actually went and recorded the song.
Wow.
So did that. Then the next day we do launch party Princeton. And here we on the morning Brew.
No, you all compliment each other really amazing on the track and your voice is very distinct. Really quick before we wrap up, at what point you discovered your unique voice and sound and that cadence and tone, DSJ?
I would say it really started from Kuinduba off of a program called Spot because I had the opportunity to work with him off a song called Mind Your Business. He encouraged us to do more positive music, right? So shouts to Kuin one time and I kind of take it down there and within the situations of that, when I've been while you know, because different songs is different delivery, right?
Yeah.
But within certain songs where you try to send a message, you kind of tame it down and you get to the point now. So that is just basically the vibes.
Yes. And again, we're finding you online, DSJ 2001.
Mr. DSJ.
Mr. DSJ.
Yeah,
2001.
All streaming platforms. Yeah, no, they get out She Mix Emotions too. We outside Progress with Jelano.
Yeah.
As well as the other tracks on the album as well. You know?
Sure. Well, again, big respect also to Treldan Lane, part of the marketing and management team. You know, bringing really amazing artists always to the fore. Mr. DSJ.
No, we don't play.
Yes. With that, I'm going to make my exit. Let me just, you know, in terms of our programming note, I will be outside for most of next week. I'm heading to do Canto in the DR, and I believe Ryan will be holding the seat for most of next week. So just, you know, just to keep everyone in the loop and informed, you know, I like to always keep the audience on top of all what's happening, but I'll ensure to try and send videos and some feedback and real-time coverage of the amazing Canto conference that's happening next week. So until we link up week after, have yourselves a great one, and as always, thank you for tuning in and for being part of the Morning Brew. All the best, TNT.